welcome to Two Brothers Talking. I'm Israel.
And I'm
With us today is one of our closest friends. We've known him for quite some time and a small business owner. His name is Jerrod Sweet. Jerrod, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Hey, we're really excited to catch up. It's been a long time. You live in California, we live in Arizona, so we don't get to get out there much often, even though we're only 45 minutes away from each other. But
Yeah.
even more so with the pandemic. But hope you and your family are doing good. Everyone's safe out there.
Yeah, everyone's safe. Yeah. Hope the
Good.
same for your family too.
Yeah, absolutely. We're thankful for that.
Mhm.
We just wanted to have a conversation with you. We have our listeners that some might have a small business,
Okay.
especially with the pandemic, that they could have been impacted, not only them, their employees, their families. And so we really wanted to sit down with you and pick your brain and see
Okay.
what happened with you during the pandemic, what sparked that interest and the desire to start the sweet smoothies, and really get to just catch up with you.
Okay.
All right, sound good?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Well, we know you really well, but
Uh,
for our listeners and folks that may be meeting you for the first time, can you tell us who Gerard is in a nutshell?
wow, that's kind of a tough question. Let me see. I am a father, a husband. I have 4 kids, 3 beautiful girls, little boy Joey. Um, my girls are all grown up. The cool thing is they're pretty much involved in my business.
Mm.
So I'm a Christian, um, a friend, just a regular guy, I think.
Yeah. Well, we think you're a little bit more than regular. We think you're pretty spectacular. Uh, it's good to hear though that the family's doing great and that the
Everybody's
girls are
doing good.
involved as much as they are in the business. I think when you
Yeah,
family
that's pretty
involved,
cool. That's really pretty cool. I didn't think they would get involved. When I started the business, it was just something I did. I'm really spontaneous. I just do stuff, and I did it. Didn't let them know about it. Just kind of started everything up, and I had worked it for probably about 6 months, and then all of a sudden they all started coming in, and it just works out so well. I'm so thankful for that.
that's all, like how does that break in conversation? Like, hey, what's new? Oh, I got a new gym. I've got a new pair of shoes. I'll open a business. And I think I need to get some new shoelaces.
it's been 6 months, by the way,
It's been
that,
six
that I've
months.
It's
opened it.
Business.
I have no idea how it's the way my mind works. I can drive around town and I'm just looking at something, and somehow some type of opportunity will pop in my mind where I'll ask a question. I've just got that entrepreneurial spirit. I just everywhere I look, I can see something, and I know people. I talk to people, and so an opportunity came up, and I went ahead and I just moved forward with it.
Very nice.
It's yeah.
Well, one of the things that I like about what you did with your business model is you partnered with a local business, a gym,
Oh
right?
yes.
So what was kind of the methodology or what was the behind the
What
scenes planning that went into choosing that venue, that location? Why a gym?
you'll probably laugh at how spontaneous everything was, but that was my local gym. I've always went to the gym. I've always tried to take
Yeah.
care of myself, and that was my gym back in the days. And the owner was a really good friend of mine, and he passed away. He passed away probably about six years ago or so. And so the gym just kind of closed up, and one of my coworkers was mentioning that he was going to try to buy into the gym. It was a few guys got together and they were going to open up the gym. So
Right.
I'm just encouraging them. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, let me know if I can help you in any type of way. And they got it. Once they got the gym, this thing is gigantic. I mean, I don't know how much the square footage is, but it's a very large gym with different areas. It's got a different, um, I guess you would say, different rooms and different.
Mm.
It's even got a couple of restaurants attached to it.
Oh wow.
So once they got it, there, my friend was like, "Hey, um, maybe you can come up with an idea and come in over here, and you can rent from us, and which helps me out, and which will help
Yeah.
you out also." So I've always, in the back of my mind, I've always wanted to own a Jamba Juice. And once I started looking
I
into
get
the
that.
franchise, it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I kind of got discouraged. And
Mm.
so once that happened, I just started looking up my own recipes because I've always taken care of myself, like I say.
Yeah.
And I've always juiced or smoothies or, just I've always tried to eat very well. I know pretty much about diets. So I just started putting down my recipes.
Mhm.
And I said, you know what? I think I can do this. Again, that spontaneous just jump, and I just jumped in. And I think it was only like a week of me thinking and talking about it. And then the store opened.
Wow.
Yeah. My
That's
wife was a little upset though.
and I can appreciate that.
But
Uh,
that's me. That's just
yeah.
how I am.
Yeah.
I've had different businesses before, and
Yeah.
some successful and some just failed. But I don't let that stop me. It's just like I say, my mind is always spinning. So when somebody brings an idea to me, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna pray about it.
Yeah.
If it feels good, sounds good, I go for it. If it fails, it fails. You learned a expensive lesson.
Right.
Yeah, but you just move forward. So we went ahead and just opened up. I think after when he first contacted me, I actually opened my store probably 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a quick turnaround.
yeah, it was.
Now, with this kind of curveball 2020 threw at us in the
Mhm.
pandemic, I know
Yes,
locally gyms were closed. Is that the same for you in California?
yeah, it's the same for us also.
How did that impact you guys since you're in a
Well,
gym?
well, when I first started the business, it was in this location I'm talking about right now, and I probably stayed there for probably about a year, and then I just moved over to another gym. It's the next city over. It was an Imperial
Right.
413 gym. And once we moved there, man, we skyrocketed. I mean,
Mhm.
business did very, very, very well. I had to hire more people, and it
Wow.
just felt pretty good from me
Right.
barely making it to all of a sudden I'm making really good money. And it's a profitable business, and things are doing very well. Well, that only lasted for 2 months
Oh,
because, yeah, the pandemic came in March, I think it was. I'm not looking at a calendar, but it was about March or so.
right.
But once that hit, I mean, the gyms closed up.
Oh gosh.
So once it closed up, really for myself, it didn't really affect us that much. I did lose money, but not really that much money
Yeah.
because for me to go into this business, I'm not looking for, well, I don't live off of the profits from the business, is
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. I'm just trying to build something.
Hmm.
And so it didn't really affect me that much. Um, it was the second time that they closed
Mm.
Mm.
down the gyms and everything else. That really did affect me there. But for the most part, we've tried to get around it. Like I've always kept my eye on the CDC, kept
Right.
my eye on the county, and they would always give the updates. There were county meetings on the weekly period, so we were always involved, just listening and trying to figure out like what's the game plan.
Mm.
Because I know the same for you guys, like us, man.
Yeah.
I'm seeing businesses close like crazy around here,
Yeah.
and it hit us. It hit us, but it didn't really hit us that hard financially. For
Well.
the most part, it was just the employees. I
Mm.
lost a bunch of my employees. At one time, I had 7,
Wow.
and now I'm down to 2.
Wow.
Yeah,
W-
so it's
What
been a little struggle.
I can't imagine. What was that like for you to have to tell your employees, right, that their future is uncertain? What was that like
Yeah,
for you?
well, it was pretty tough, but I've always like kept in touch with my employees. Like
Mm,
we have our monthly meetings, and I help out quite a bit.
yeah,
Whenever I have like free time, I'll head over to the business and I'll help out everybody. So we're really super close.
that's great.
It's not just employee and boss, but we're friends, and I know the family, and so
Yeah.
it was kind of tough, when we had to close up. So what I was trying to do is trying to find work,
Mm,
oh, hey, well, let's repaint, let's
yeah.
redo this, and just trying to find things for the employees to
Keep it
be able
going.
to get some type of income. But it got a little bit long, and so everybody had to
Mm,
do the unemployment thing. And so
mm.
so why I lost so many of them is because the unemployment was actually at one time it was doing a little bit better than what I was able to provide to them. So
Mm.
and it made sense, you got to take care of your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When with I think one thing that is a pretty common theme with small businesses, there's always a little bit of risk in there.
Mm,
Anytime you have a
Yeah.
business, because I mean, you're shouldering. In your case, you did it really wisely. You did like, I'm not going to rely on this income as my
Mhm.
main income. This is
yeah.
going to be supplemental. Like, it's not
Yeah.
going to be, I'm not going to. If I go broke in the business, I'm not going to lose my house
Yeah.
because there's a lot of risk involved. So, what were your thoughts, or what are your thoughts really moving forward with a small business? Because I love how you phrased, it's an expensive lesson
Mm,
when businesses fail,
Yeah.
because that happens.
Yeah, it
Some
does.
businesses turn into Apple, and some businesses turn into, insert failed business here. And really, you don't quite always know which way it's going to go. So looking at things like, the pandemic, it's completely uncertain. We don't know which way that's going to go. If it's going to get better, going to get worse. 2021 is going to be another left hook. We don't know.
Mhm.
Um, but knowing that, you approach this with wisdom, what do you see, or what are your plans if things should start kind of steering towards better? If we start kind of finding our rhythm in 2020 and 2021, would you want to open back up? Would you want to get bigger, expand a little bit more?
mm.
Or like, if, let's say, magic wand, everything gets better, what would you look to do next?
Well, before all this happened, the gym owner, he's a really nice guy. Him and his wife are excellent people. We've got really blessed just to run into this group, and we had done business for a while, and they really liked how we did business, and I really liked how they did business. Um, and so we had already started discussing that if the gym expands, well, we would expand with the gym also.
Wow.
Okay.
So it was just kind of small talk, just kind of talking back and forth. Well, that led me into kind of thinking about a franchise. And
Mm,
I got in touch with a couple of companies to try to teach you how to franchise. And
wow.
wow, I thought I knew business, and this is a whole new thing. So there's a lot of learning to do. So um, right now, things have slowed down quite a bit. The business is not doing as well as it was pre-pandemic.
Mm,
So this gives me a little bit of time to do a little bit more research. But I think what's going to happen is eventually we're going to get to the point where we're going to franchise.
wow.
Very
And
nice.
when I say franchises, I'm looking into branching off and making more of these. Like it's a proven thing is that we can make money.
Yeah.
People really like the product that we have, and we always strive for the
Mm,
best product, the cleanest store, our policies are the top. You know what I mean? And it's done very very well. And I think well for myself within myself I think okay I did it. I figured it out. It's a profit maker. So now let's expand it. And so that's the next move is to try to expand it, but there's a
mm,
whole bunch of different directions. Um, One of the things we were looking into is bottling like our juices. Some of
mm,
our juices and our smoothies have the ability to be bottled. So I
wow.
talked to a bottling company, and that's one direction we're getting ready to head. another direction, which I think is we're going to have to cut that one out of the plans, is we were kind of thinking of setting up like a lounge, like where people can just kind of hang out, do your homework and stuff, almost like a Starbucks type of
Hmm.
thing, but our little twist to it.
Right.
And now that you can't dine inside, I think that one right there is gonna
Mm.
gonna fall away. So, in a nutshell, the big thing is that this pandemic has made us do a lot of thinking outside of the box.
Right.
You got to try to figure out a way to stay in business
Mhm.
because you know it almost seems like everything's against you. You know what I mean? Like you're
Mm.
trying to open, but you can only open with so many people. You know what I mean?
Right.
To you're trying to expand your business, but you really can't expand your business because you don't know what's going to be coming down the pike. So I think everybody is still on the well in the business community. Everybody is kind of just waiting and seeing what's going to happen. The election is a big thing that's going to really change the direction of what's going to happen in the future.
Mm.
Um, the other thing is I myself I've gotten in touch with a lot of other business owners. Like I'm trying to like team together. Like there's
Mm.
other places that have some of the products that are the same as mine. So why don't we team together to have the same distributor under
Mm.
the one, under one account to where we can all benefit from it, right?
Yeah.
Because if I buy something, they want me to buy bulk. Well,
Yeah.
bulk doesn't make sense. I still have a very small store, you know what I
Right.
mean? All my stuff would go to waste.
Yeah.
So I'm telling all these other stores, okay, well, look, let's go in as a team.
Mm.
We can buy the product and we divide the product.
Right.
And we're buying it at such a low cost, well, it'll maximize our profits.
Yeah.
That's smart.
So I'm still kind of working on it. There's a few people that we're sitting around and we're talking. I
Mm.
think that's what's going to happen for a business to stay open. You're going to have to start teaming up with similar businesses.
Right.
Working together.
Yeah,
That's something that is out of the box.
yeah.
So if I'm a small business owner, what other
Mhm.
advice could you give me that you wish that you had when you first started this?
Well, I feel kind of silly, but I remember. Well, you know how they'll hand you a pamphlet. They'll say, "Okay, what type of business are you going to be? Are you going to be a restaurant? Are you going to be a construction? Or are you going to be?" There's all these different brackets. And what you're supposed to do is get the restaurant and grab all those papers and go read them, right? Me, I didn't have very much time, so I was kind of reading through it. Okay, kind of. Okay, all right, I got this. I got this figured out. So I
Like
went.
opening tomorrow, we need to get this done.
Yeah. And I bought a bunch of equipment. I bought refrigerators, I bought some freezers, I bought all this equipment, you know what I mean? And then I had my inspection, the first inspection, and the place looked beautiful. Okay. Like I'm really meticulous and stuff.
Yeah.
So I bought a bunch of stainless steel and really pretty stuff with lights on the inside and I went all out. Okay. I'll show you pictures. It's so funny. And I couldn't wait to open up. I wanted people to see what I had produced, right? And
I feel the butt coming.
yeah, I get the first inspection and 50% of the stuff that I bought was out of code. So I was like, "What?" So I learned a lesson. I learned a lesson pretty quick. Okay, if whatever business you're going to get into, really sit down and
Mm.
study the documents just so you don't make the mistake that I did. I ended up recovering my money because I turned around and sold
Oh, there you go.
everything that I had bought, but it just wasted a lot of my time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I've always wondered, well, how come the restaurants don't look really nice? You know what I mean? Like you look at your kitchen at home, it's
Yeah.
nice, man. You got the nice double door freezer, you got all this nice stuff, a nice microwave. And the stuff for the stores is ugly. It's
It's all
like
dingy.
giant. It's tanks. It's ugly stuff, right? Boxy. And so, well, it's because
Okay.
it's a different standard. You have to upgrade to restaurant style status. The other thing I did was to save myself money was I found that in those documents, if I'm a full blown restaurant, wow, the requirements are massive, very, very massive. So I opted to stay right under a restaurant. So I
Mm.
can't have an open flame. Can't have a full blown kitchen. There's certain things I can do and certain things I can't do, which works out perfect for us because my type of business, I'm trying to keep things as simple as could
Mm.
be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it worked out better for us anyway.
Hmm.
Nice.
But I would say, like, ask around and read all the documents and make sure you know what you're getting into before you start diving in.
That's
But
good advice.
my investment wasn't that big, really. To tell you the truth, I did a lot of stuff myself. The marketing, the a lot of the advertisement and stuff that we did that ourselves. It was
Mm.
myself and my daughters. And so I really invested maybe $15,000 to
That's not
start
bad.
off the business.
Wow.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
I was expecting a lot
But
more than
but
that.
but the scary thing is, like, for the first year, I did not turn a profit
Right.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, we struggled. I mean, that first year was horrible.
Eesh.
And I just really felt that we had a really good product. And I kept thinking, like, okay, well, how come people were not coming in? Why? So I knew one thing was location,
Mm.
right?
Hmm.
The second thing I knew is that me being located inside of a gym, there was a reason for that. The reason was that's where all the healthy people are at, right? So I don't
Hopefully.
have to I don't have to educate the healthy people. They know you're supposed to eat this, you're not supposed to eat
Mm.
this, right? No sugar. They understand that.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna get at least at least 50% of those people that go to the gym are gonna become my customer. So now if you keep that in mind, you have to have a bunch of members, right? For it to become a profitable business. Well, the gym that I started in, oh my gosh, they struggled. They
Mm.
really struggled with the members,
Mm.
and they got up to pretty close to 1,800 members at the time that I was there. So when I moved to a gym that had 4,000 members.
Wow.
Oh,
That's why everything kind of exploded.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think it kind of works being inside the
Yeah.
gym, but we cater to people on the outside of the gym also. So we have curbside pickup. That's kind of
Oh,
what we
that's
were
smart.
doing during
Mm.
this pandemic. It really didn't take off, but it was an option for my customers.
Right.
Very nice. Well, knowing that you had employees
Mhm.
and just the kind of guy you are, like we believe that, as people, you have responsibility to help others.
Right.
If you have the capability,
Yeah.
you have the responsibility to help others. That being said, don't go sell your kidney to buy someone dinner, but
Yeah.
if you have the capacity, help. So knowing the kind of guy you are, knowing that you care for your employees, you care for the work you do, uh, what would that mean, or what would that look like for you in the role that you're taking as a business owner?
Mm.
Because you've got people that you're responsible for, you've got a product you're responsible for. What does that mean, or what does that look like for you as a business owner to take care of others?
Well, I think that's part of it. I think that you have to really think of it like, for one, you have to have a servant's heart, right?
Mm.
You got to be able to serve people and love serving people. You know what I mean? And I think that that's really what geared me in this direction for the health food, because health food is healthy for you, right?
Yeah.
Um, I've ran into to things that have enhanced my life. Like something as simple as ginger, right?
Mm.
Mm.
Ginger, you see it on the shelf all the time. You pass by it, but you probably don't buy it, right? Well, ginger, if you were to juice ginger or just consuming ginger in itself, it's a natural antibiotic, right?
Wow.
Um, People don't know that, right? It's an anti-inflammatory. but that works so much better than the drugs that they give you, right?
Mm.
I had there was a kid that used to come in and he had acid reflux,
Mm.
really really skinny kid, and and he started taking the ginger shots, and I hadn't seen him for a while because I'm not always there, but apparently he was still coming to the store and he was buying the ginger. Well, he was actually able to hold down a lot of his food. The last time I saw him, he looked healthy and everything, and he
Wow.
was contributing that to the ginger that he was taking.
Nice.
Like
That's
beets,
amazing.
you hear about it all the
Right.
time in commercials. Dehydrated beets, dried beets. You hear all that all the time because it's got very good. It's very good for your blood and your heart, and so all these things that I'm consuming, I really feel good. You know what I mean? I'm an old guy. As you guys can see, you haven't seen me in a while, and I grew this beard, and it came out white. I guess I'm, I guess I'm
It's
catching up in
wisdom.
Asia.
It's
So
wisdom.
anyway, so I've always really taken care of myself, and I feel
Yeah.
really good. You know me, I'll play sports,
Yeah.
I'll play football or whatever. I shouldn't be, especially at my age. But the thing is, I think it's because I've always taken care of myself, and I've
Mm.
always I'm always looking to find some type of natural way of fixing yourself. You know what I mean? Like I've had surgeries. I've broken my ankle before, and I remember they gave me like pain meds, and
Mm.
gosh, it just didn't taste right. It just I could smell it. I don't know.
Mm.
It just didn't work. I tried something else that did kind of help a little bit. So at the end of the day, I feel so good about this type of business.
Yeah.
You're here to for me, I think I'm here to serve people,
Mm.
and it feels so good to be able to serve them something that's actually going to help them versus like, oh yeah, I have I don't know, I have some this type of store, and it's not really good for everybody. It's got a bunch
Right.
of grease and everything else. I feel much better with what my product is
Mm.
because I always get feedback from people. Hey, that was really good. It wasn't heavy when I ate it. I've got one drink. It's called the Honey. It's got a fistful of kale, a fistful of spinach. It's banana. It's almonds, almond milk, and man, you taste it and it's like, what the heck? This is really super good. So how do you get that from something that's so good for you? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
still the taste is
Oh,
You
we
still
might have
with us,
lost you.
Jerrod? We can't hear you.
I got a phone call that came through. Sorry about
All
that.
right. All good. All good.
So so it just feels really good to be able to
Mm.
that.
There we go. We got you back.
All right.
Sound like you're alone. I'm talking to people.
I'm talking to people. Can you stop? So anyway, everything that I did, one of the things I did with my business is I knew that the first year was going to be really tough. I
Yeah.
knew it was. Everybody's got different taste buds. I
Yeah.
get it. And so what we did is I had my products. What this is what I sell. All these are my different smoothies, these are my different juices, and these are the foods that we have. And so I put up little boxes where people can, criticize, please criticize. And I would ask people, what do you think? What do you do? What do you usually do? And so from all of that information we got in that one year, we made adjustments to our menu. We changed things. We've removed things. That's like one of the hardest things for like a restaurant owner.
Mm.
Like everything I put in my restaurant, I really like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have a vision going in.
Yeah, but then reality steps in where, well, it's not really selling. People don't like it. I had to take it off the list, right? But it made everything so much better. You know what I mean? So I really stand by the product. Like the names, if you hear the names of like the drinks,
Yeah.
like that was my daughter. She was saying, "You wanna you want to give it a name that people are going to remember next time.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, get that green one. You know, it's not just the green one. It's honey. I have Popeye's potion. I have different things like that, and so it's really um, it's really done well, very
Mm.
very well. And I think now after this, okay, we've went through this pandemic, so now there's some different advertising. And there's different ideas we want to hit, but we really can't do it yet until
Mm.
all these restrictions are fully lifted.
Yeah.
You know, I think that as this pandemic has given us a lot of time, it's allowed us in different ways to make a couple of decisions. We could sit and just do nothing during this whole time, or we can really
Mhm.
take the time that we've been given and plan a better future.
Mm.
And it sounds like that's what's happening over at Sweet Smoothies. That's what's happening in your home. You're planning for a better future.
Yeah,
Looking around, especially you mentioned the election coming up, there's a lot of turmoil, not only in the world, but just in the news, social
mhm,
media. There's so many different fights going on here and there. How do you keep your head in the game, your head straight? What levels you? You mentioned your faith earlier. Talk us through what helps you get up every day and see the hope in the world, because there's still a hope out there.
yeah,
So,
there
what
is.
helps you?
You know, like I have a very strong relationship with God.
Mm.
The other thing is I always surround myself with positive people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like me, you know me. I love politics. Like I know exactly what's going on, and I research. I'm always in there because I know that it does sway things quite a bit,
Hmm.
and so you can get caught up in the negative,
Yeah.
but you always have to find the positive in everything that you see.
Yeah.
And so I've always done that. I've always taught my girls that is that no matter how bad it is try to look at the positive side of it. And I'm the guy that loves to have a conversation with somebody. You can't even do that nowadays, you know, like
Mm.
when you're talking about politics, religion, anything. It's
Yeah.
like everybody wants to get like animated and get crazy, and I'm the guy that's trying to, okay, well, hold on, let's just tone it down just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
You might be correct. Let's just talk about it. I'm curious, like, how do you think, and
Yeah.
why do you think in that way? And can I tell you how I think?
Yeah.
You know, and still, it works for me. It's a little bit different now, but I love having a conversation with somebody. If you come to my store and I'm the one there working, I'm gonna sit there. Hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you be here before, and I'll talk to you, and I'll figure out who you are, and we'll become friends right off the bat. Because I really enjoy that. I enjoy people. I enjoy meeting people, learning new things, trying new things, and so I even go to all the other businesses. I want them to see me. You know what I mean? I want them to see that, yeah, I'm that business guy, maybe even your competition, but here I am. I'm going to your store. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm complimenting your store. I'll show a post of what I bought from you, and so I I think that needs to break down
Yeah.
this
Mm.
this competition. It doesn't really need to be there. I think more so if we were to be able to bring people together. I think in a crazy sense, it almost, you can change a little piece of the world. You know what I mean? So
Abs-
we always have conversations there at the store or at the gym. And like I say, the guy that owns the gym, good guy, really good guy. His wife, excellent, excellent people. And so I've surrounded myself with people like that.
mm.
And so I think that keeps me positive. But you know me, I'm always smiling. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah,
Always putting some great positivity out there, and you brought up a great point. The people you surround yourself with is important. We talk about this a lot on
yeah,
the show. Your circle of friends matters,
Mhm.
yeah,
because those are the
yeah,
folks that are going to tell you what you need to hear when you need to hear it.
Yep.
yeah,
Those are going to folks that are going to be there when you need somebody to be there to spark that hope back in your life when you've
yeah.
lost it. So it's so great to hear that not only are you doing good during this time, but you've got
Mhm.
that great group of people, the circle of friends to keep close
Yeah,
to help us all get through it. Really,
it means a lot too. It really does.
it's
Especially when things get crazy. You know what I mean? You always want to pick up the phone, and you don't have to tell everybody what you're going through. It's
yeah,
just hearing that positive. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every guy that I pick up, I'm like, hey, like my buddy Ramon. Every time I pick up, he's got something funny to say or something. So it just it's if I'm surrounding myself with these positive people, man, it almost feels like you can do anything. You know what I mean?
mm,
And I've always talked to my girls about that too, and they're all older now. They don't even have to listen to me anymore, but they do. They've got a good circle of
yeah.
friends, and it just really makes things different. Really, really different, much better.
That's good.
I think it's pretty phenomenal. We talked about this a little while back in last season about the caliber of a man can be seen in how their adult children still
Mm.
respond to them. To see that your daughters are still looking to you, still listening, really
Yeah,
highlights the caliber of a man you are.
and
Um,
it throws me. I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, well, it's so funny. I don't want to put them on the spot, but like we'll take off on vacation.
yeah,
They're like, "Where are you guys going? What's up?" And so it's funny. Just recently, they go on vacation on their own now.
Mm.
But before, if we would go, everybody came,
Like
which
it's
I
a
thought was
family
kind of
vacation.
cool. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
that's remarkable.
and we text each other all the time. I just got a text from Nikki just a little while ago, and so I think it's cool. I really understand that family is very, very important, very, very important. And any disputes or whatever that happens, squash them right away.
Mm,
Squash them right away because it's just so critical, and people don't understand how important the family is and
yeah,
how important friendships and just being able to connect with people,
You have to have the
which
support
you can
system.
kill
yeah.
pretty quickly. People burn bridges, so yes, they do.
Yep.
Uh,
I think it's pretty remarkable that you can have relationships that span the test of time. Eli and I, we've going on, I don't know, almost 15 years, pretty
yeah,
close to
so
it. I lose track.
yeah,
Since 19.
Yeah.
yeah.
Before,
Uh,
I just appreciate that Eli and I can just kind of reach out and we talk to you. No matter how long time has gone, it just feels like yesterday that we were talking.
yeah,
It's amazing to have friendships like that.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
we want to make sure that we send people your way that
Some
are traveling in the Imperial Valley.
customers over there.
Where can they find you? What's your social media handle?
It's Sweets Smoothies, and that's
Sweets
for
smoothies.
Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome.
I love that your name fits
Hmm.
in there. Like that's not
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
grammatical or like
yeah.
a gimmick thing. It's like it just fits right there.
Is that how
Uh-huh.
you sold it
And
to
you
Christina?
know the funny thing, people weren't getting it. You know how it says
What?
Sweets
You're
with
like,
the
hello,
apostrophe S. That's the last name, Sweets Smoothies. So people were coming in expecting like you
chocolate
know,
and
Yeah.
yes. And so I was like, no, it's health food. And
I
they're like,
wanted a
It's
oh
it's
triple
man,
still
oh
chocolate
good.
man,
smoothie.
Like it's
yeah,
still delicious. You'll just feel better after instead of
yeah. That's what
worse.
I'm trying to say. Is that people they're not getting it. It's like come try it. And so if I can get you to try it,
Yeah,
you'll come back.
Yeah.
Is
that's
the thing.
awesome.
Yeah, the first thing you hear is spinach. Ugh, yuck. Kale.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nasty.
They hear green in a smoothie, they're like,
Yeah,
You
that
know,
tastes
yeah.
like chalk.
there was up until gosh, I want to say a couple years ago, I never really had spinach,
Uh,
at least prepared right.
Mm.
And so I did not know how much I loved it till one day Eli was making me breakfast. We had salmon and spinach with some almonds. It was delicious, and ever since then
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
sold on
Uh-huh.
spinach. So thanks, Eli, for that.
Changing minds one breakfast at a time.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah,
I've tried to kill him a few times with his blueberry allergy
I'm
too.
allergic to blueberries, so
I'm
if we ever in
oh,
Imperial,
oh,
please
no
don't serve me
kidding.
Yeah,
a
Wow.
like I
blueberry.
made him blueberry pancakes a couple of times because I kept forgetting.
Oh,
More than once,
I
but
made
oh,
it's all good.
one for the whole family. I made asparagus, salmon, and I made from scratch this blueberry glaze.
Mm.
Oh,
and I'm putting it
wow.
all over the salmon, and I'm realizing, I'm like, oh, you want something? He's like, no, it'll kill me, and I was like, oh, right, no
Wow.
blueberry
Okay.
for you.
Yeah.
So I got to redeem myself by teaching
Wow.
him,
That's
hey,
one of our
veggies are
best
okay.
sellers
Oh,
is
wow.
it's got blueberries in it.
I
Yeah.
bet.
One of our best sellers.
I
Yeah.
bet it's
Sorry.
delicious.
That was I had to learn a lesson there too. Is I had somebody that was allergic to peanuts,
Mm.
Mm,
and I didn't realize
Mm.
the almond milk does have the peanuts in it.
Wow.
Oh man! So nothing happened. Nothing
Oh, good.
happened. It
Oh,
was okay.
good.
it's like 2
But
EpiPens later, they were fine.
I had to put up all these signs,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
hey, this has this, this has this, this has
Yeah.
this. You guys gotta know. And I also put up the calories, like so many people are
Oh, that's
afraid to put the
smart.
calorie count, but
Yeah.
I put the
Yeah.
calorie count on everything that we sell there. So it's pretty cool, man. It's
That's awesome.
I know that if we can really change the marketing and I mean just really hit it, I think that this place is really gonna take off because I'm not just saying that because it's my place. I think the reason that I did it in the first place, Scott, I don't really like fast food.
Mm.
I
Mm,
can't stand it. I'll eat it, but
yeah.
that's not what I really wanted. You know what I mean? So
You want
I
food
find
fast, but you don't want
myself
fast food.
driving around town and I'm like, no, no. And I drive a little bit further. No, oh gosh, no. And then I'm on the other side of town where there's no more restaurants. Oh gosh. So I gotta come back and choose one of
So,
them because there's nothing else.
yeah.
Do
And
y'all?
so I wanted to be that place for that
Yeah.
person that's looking for something not only good tasting but healthy, good for you.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Well, folks, if you're ever in the Imperial Valley, please stop by and give Jerrod and the team out there at Sweet Smoothies some business. They're in you said it was the 411 gym?
413 Jim.
413 gym.
413
And
gym.
are you still doing curbside, like drive up and
Yeah, we
drive
still
off
have
smoothies?
curbside also.
So see, folks, you don't even have to get out of your car to
Yeah,
drive
you
Drive right
around. It's
on
don't
just
through.
even have to get
smoothies.
out of your car, but please do come inside
Mhm.
because it's a really nice facility. I just had an inspection and I scored a 97.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
If you're on Instagram and Facebook, folks, make sure to like and follow Sweet Smoothies so you can stay up to date on what's going on in the world of smoothies. They've got some really great stories and great posts going on there. Jerrod, thanks for being on the show. We really
No,
appreciate just
no,
catching up.
thank you guys. Thank you guys. I gotta go
Absolutely.
to Yuma. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hey,
Bring
and
smoothies.
bring
That's what
smoothies.
I'm saying.
No
Okay.
blueberries anytime.
All right.
Send Christina and the girls and Joey our love.
I sure will. Tell your mom and dad, your sisters, I say hi.
Will do. Thanks,
All
buddy.
right. All right.
Catch you later.